You made it here. And for now, that is enough. You do not have to hold the whole day up anymore. You can let it lean away from you, little by little. And even if it only leans a fraction, that still counts. If you are still tense, that is okay. If your mind is still busy, that is okay too. Nothing is being asked of you. Nothing to carry forward, just because it followed you this far. Just being here is already a kind of arrival. A quiet landing. A place where you can stop performing for a moment. I'm here with you, not to push you anywhere, just to keep you company while everything inside you gets permission to soften. And you don't have to soften all at once. You can soften in small, ordinary ways. You can let your forehead be as it is. Let your jaw unclench by a degree you barely notice. Let your shoulders drop, even if it's only the idea of dropping. And as the body loosens in tiny places, the mind can loosen too, without needing instructions. You can listen closely, or you can listen from far away. You can catch only a few words and let the rest drift past. It all counts. Even half listening can be a form of rest. And if you notice yourself trying to do this the right way, you can let that effort loosen. There's no right way tonight. If your attention wanders, it can wander. If you come back, you come back. You are safe right now. Safe enough to pause. Safe enough to not solve anything. Safe enough to let a few things stay unfinished. You can let my words be a gentle background. And you can let your own system take over the work you do not need to do consciously. The part of you that already knows how to settle can begin in the background, quietly, without you managing it. Here as something you can come back to whenever you want. You don't have to, but it's here. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. And helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. If your thoughts keep moving, they can move. If feelings rise and fall, they can. You do not have to organize any of it. You can let it all be a little less important than your rest. All you need is the smallest willingness to stop bracing. Even that can come and go. And if you don't feel that willingness yet, you can simply rest beside that too. I'll stay steady with you. You can let yourself be exactly as you are. You don't have to earn comfort here. And and again, just to keep it simple. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And one more time, softly, with no effort. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. Nothing to prove. Nothing to fix right now. Just a slow easing in your own time. And if sleep comes quickly, you can let it. And if it comes slowly, you can let it be slow. And as that slow easing continues, you can let it spread in a simple, steady way. Not as a task, just as something your body already understands. You can begin with the place where you meet the bed, the weight of you being held. And if you notice even one point of contact, that is enough. Nothing to get perfect. Let the next easy breath be exactly the breath that arrives. And as it goes out, you can allow a little more of your weight to settle. Not forcing, just permitting. And if your mind drifts for a moment, you can let it. Bring your attention down to your feet in a broad, gentle way. Not searching for sensations, just noticing the idea of feet at rest. The toes can soften. The soles can soften. And if they already feel neutral, that is fine too. As you, the body receives. As you, the body settles. And you do not have to keep track of it. Your system can do that part for you. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Now the ankles and the lower legs. You can let them be heavy or light or simply there. The muscles that hold you up all day can be off duty for a while. And even hearing, that might be enough for them to loosen a little. And as the breath keeps moving on its own, those lower legs can keep softening without you doing anything extra. If a thought passes through while you do this, it can pass through. You do not have to answer it. You do not have to follow it. It can be background. And you can stay with the simplest thing, the feeling of settling. You are safe. Let your calves soften. Let your knees be unworked. Let your thighs release their grip on the day. And if you notice any place still holding, you can let it hold without argument. Softening can be gradual. It can come in quiet layers. You are safe right now. Safe enough to let the body become more comfortable its own pace. And if comfort is small tonight, it still counts. Now the hips and the pelvis, a place many people brace without noticing. You can let this area settle downward, supported. You do not have to hold yourself up. The bed can hold you. The night can hold this moment. With each natural exhale, you can let that holding become a little more obvious. And again, with the next natural exhale, you can allow a soft release, like loosening a hand that has been clenched for too long. No effort needed, just space. Now the lower belly. You can let it be easy. If it wants to rise and fall, it can. If it feels tight, it can soften in the smallest way, even just around the edges. And if you cannot feel much at all, you can rest anyway. You do not have to do this the right way. The chest and the rib cage. Let your breathing have room here. Not deeper, not controlled, just unblocked. A little more space for air to come in. A little more space for air to leave. If feelings are moving through, you can let them move through. You do not have to name them. You do not have to understand them. They can be background, like weather far away. And you can keep settling, breath by breath. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. Let the shoulders soften, not yanking them down, just allowing them to stop hovering. The tops of the shoulders can widen. The shoulder blades can rest more fully. And the arms can become pleasantly unneeded. As the breath moves in and out, the shoulders can keep loosening in their own quiet way. Now the elbows, the forearms, the hands. If the fingers want to uncurl, they can. If they want to stay as they are, that is fine. Either way, you are allowed to rest. And as your body softens in these ordinary places, the mind can drift in ordinary ways too. Thoughts can come and go like quiet traffic in the distance. Not important right now. Not urgent. Just passing through as you settle. You do not have to do anything with them. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. Now the neck. You can let the front of the throat be soft. Let the back of the neck be supported. And if your head feels like it has been held up all day by effort, it can be held up by the surface beneath it now. And with each easy breath, the neck can be a little less responsible for anything. The jaw can unclench a little more. The tongue can rest. The cheeks can loosen. The space around the eyes can become smooth and quiet. And the forehead, let it be wide. Let it be unworked, as if you are no longer holding a question there. If you notice the mind reaching for a plan, a memory, a worry, you can let it reach without feeding it. The mind can do what minds do. And you can choose, gently, to keep letting it be less important than rest. You are allowed to drift, even here. You do not have to stay with every sentence I say. You can take a phrase and let the rest fade. You can float in and out. And all the while, the deeper part of you can keep settling. You are safe, even if you barely listen. Because some things inside you already know how to soften without being managed. Some things already know how to put down the weight. Helpful change can keep happening quietly, in the background, the way a body heals while you sleep. And again, just to keep it simple, you are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. Now you can feel the whole body at once, if that feels easy. Not every detail, just the general shape of you resting. Weight, warmth, the steady support beneath you. And with the next exhale, you can let the whole shape settle by one more small degree. And the mind, too, can be part of that resting. Not empty, not controlled, just less engaged. Less involved. Like you are stepping back from the noise without needing it to stop. You are safe. You can keep softening. You can keep settling. And if sleep is nearby, you can let it come closer without turning toward it. Just resting and letting your own system do what it naturally does in rest. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And as that background settling continues, you can let my words become softer around you. Not something to hold on to. Just something that can drift by while your body keeps resting in its own quiet way. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And in that safe, unpressured space, you might begin to imagine a simple outdoor path. Nothing dramatic, just a quiet path in early spring. The air is mild. The light feels gentle, not bright. And the path is easy under you, even if you are not picturing it clearly. It can be more of a sense than a picture. A feeling of being on a safe way forward with plenty of time. You do not have to walk in any particular way. You do not have to get anywhere. You can simply be on this path while the breath continues to come and go on its own. As the body grows heavier in the bed, the mind can grow lighter in this quiet place. And you might notice, at the same time, the simple contact points that are already supporting you. The back of the body against the bed. The weight of your hands resting wherever they are. Warmth in the blanket or in the air around you. Nothing to focus on, just a quiet noticing that you are held. And if thoughts float through, they can float through here too. Like bits of cloud moving across a wide sky. Not a problem. Not something you need to fix. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. Along the edges of the path, you might notice signs of renewal. Nothing loud, just the quiet kind. A few new green tips. A softness in the ground. The sense that life knows how to return without being pushed. And as you rest with that, you might remember something simple about yourself. Not a memory you have to search for. Just an idea that is true for every human body. Once you learned how to hold your head up. Not all at once. Not perfectly, but gradually in your own time. Small moments of effort and then rest. And then again. You did not need to understand how. You did not need to explain it. Something in you simply practiced quietly and improved. And even now, as you lie here, that same kind of quiet learning can be happening without you managing it. The body softens and the mind loosens, and the deeper part of you keeps doing what it knows. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And you can stay on the same gentle path. The path does not change. It simply continues, steady and kind beneath you. Once you learned how to roll over, not as a performance, just as a natural discovery, a shift in weight, a new angle, the simple surprise of being able to move yourself a little more than before. And if you cannot picture that, you do not have to. Your body remembers in its own quiet language. The remembering can happen without images. It can happen as a soft sense of, yes, growth is real. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And the path continues. Early spring, unhurried. The air has that gentle feeling of things beginning again. Once you learned how to sit up, maybe with a wobble, maybe with a pause, and then for a little longer the next time. No one had to prove to you that you were allowed to learn. You simply were. You were allowed to be new at something. Allowed to be uncertain. Allowed to rest in between. And in the same way, tonight, you are allowed to rest in between. Between thoughts. Between feelings. Between the parts of you that want to figure things out. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. As you stay with this one calm path, you might notice how the ground supports you in the imagination, the way the bed supports you in the room. Support underneath. Nothing to hold up alone. And you might notice, too, the warmth that is already allowed to be in your chest and belly. A gentle temperature, a quiet ease that does not have to be earned. Once you learned how to stand, not in one perfect day, but in small tries. A hand on something stable, a brief moment of balance, then down again. And each time, your system gathered information. Quietly, patiently, without needing you to force it. You can let that be reassuring now. That something in you knows how to learn by gentle repetition. And it does not require pressure. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And still, it is the same path. A quiet line through a calm landscape. You do not need to look around for anything else. Just this. Forward in the easiest sense. Once you learned how to take a step, maybe it was close to the floor. Maybe it was small and careful. But it was yours. And then another step came later. And another. And no matter how long it took, it still happened. Because growth is built into you. Not as a demand, as a natural direction. If a part of you doubts that, tonight you do not have to argue with the doubt. You can let doubt rest too. Doubt can lie down on the edge of the path like a tired thing. And you can keep being safe. Keep resting. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And as you remain on the path, you might sense that it continues on ahead, steady and uncomplicated. Not calling you, not demanding anything, just existing. Somewhere ahead, far enough that you do not have to think about it. The path will reach a gentle point of change. A simple place where it feels natural to pass from one kind of pace into another. Nothing sudden, nothing sharp, just a quiet shift, waiting whenever you are ready, even if ready is much later. And for now, you can stay right where you are on the path. Resting, breathing, letting your body soften in the bed while your mind drifts in this mild spring air. Once you learned how to speak. Sounds first. Attempts. Ordinary repetition. And then words that began to fit. You did not do that by pushing constantly. You did it with rest in between. With play. With pauses. With a nervous system that knew how to wire itself, little by little. So tonight, you can let rest be the way forward. Not effort. Rest. And the deeper part of you can take it from here. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And if the scene blurs, it can blur. If it fades for a while, it can fade. You can come back to it without work, like noticing the path again after a daydream. The path is still there. Simple, calm, springtime beginning again. Once you learned how to write your name, or tie a shoe, or pour a cup without spilling. Ordinary skills. Quiet competence. The kind that builds without fanfare. And you can let that remind you, gently, that capability is not a rare thing. It is something your life has been full of in small forms for a long time. Nothing to prove, nothing to measure, just a soft remembering while your shoulders stay loose and your jaw stays unworked and your breath keeps moving on its own. And you might notice a small, simple warmth in the hands or the feet, or the easy heaviness in the legs. A quiet reminder in the body that you can let go. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And as you rest on this path, you can let that quiet capability feel like warmth somewhere inside the chest. Not bright, not intense, just steady enough to be real. A steady sense of, I can learn. I can learn. I can begin again in small ways. I can begin again in small ways. And none of it has to happen tonight, consciously. The background of you can hold it. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. The path continues on ahead, patiently. And you can simply keep resting as you are, letting the feeling of safety and support remain close. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And as you keep resting, the path can stay exactly as it is. Simple, mild, and nothing in you has to go searching for more. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. On this same gentle path, you might begin to notice 2 butterflies, not arriving with any urgency, just already part of the quiet spring air. 2 butterflies moving slowly, close enough to notice, and far enough that nothing is demanded of you. They make a small, easy shape in the space ahead, and the only thing you have to do is nothing at all. You might sense the way they rise a little, then settle. Rise a little, then settle. Their wings open and close. Open and close. Not fast. Not bright. Just a slow rhythm that your mind can rest against. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And while you notice them, your breath can keep being your quiet companion. Air coming in, going out. No need to shape it. No need to hold it in place. The breath moves and the butterflies move, and both can be true without effort. They drift in a small loop and then drift again. A gentle sway to one side and then back, almost like the air is carrying them and they are simply agreeing. If you can picture color, it can be very soft. If you cannot, that is perfectly fine. You can just sense two light shapes fluttering in an unhurried way. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. Their wings open. Their wings close. One lifts slightly higher. The other follows, not chasing, just keeping near. And then they settle again into the same slow, floating pattern. You do not have to keep track of them. You do not have to hold the picture steady. If your attention blurs, it can blur. If the butterflies fade for a moment, they can fade. And when you notice them again, they can be right where they are, continuing their quiet rhythm without needing you. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And the body can keep softening while this happens. The weight of you in the bed. Shoulders loosening without being told. The jaw resting a little more easily. And thoughts, if they appear, can pass through like mild weather. Nothing to solve. Nothing to straighten out. Two butterflies. Still the same pair. Still the same air. Still the same path. No new scene needed. Just this small, steady point of easy attention. They rise. They settle. They hover for a moment, and then they hover again. The movement is simple enough that your mind can let go around it. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And if your breath becomes more noticeable for a moment, that is fine. If it becomes less noticeable, that is fine too. You can let breathing happen the way it wants to happen. In, out, and somewhere in that background rhythm, the butterflies continue. Their wings open and close. Open and close. Not in a hurry. Not trying to arrive anywhere. Just moving in the way they move. And you can let your attention rest lightly on that, like a hand resting on a warm blanket. If a thought pulls you away, it can pull you away. No problem. And when the thought wanders off, your awareness can find the butterflies again without effort. Or it can find the feeling of the bed. Or it can find nothing in particular. All of it counts as resting. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. Two butterflies still near each other. A small rise. A small settling. A gentle sway, and then a gentle sway again. And the more you let it be simple, the more it can stay simple. You can let their slow motion be like a lullaby for attention. Not something you have to listen to closely. Just something that makes it easier to not reach for anything else. And all the while, the deeper part of you can keep doing quiet, helpful work. In the background, without effort, while the body remains supported and the mind keeps loosening its grip. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And for now, it can be enough to simply sense them. Two butterflies, continuing their quiet, rhythmic fluttering as everything in you settles a little more into ease. And as you stay with that quiet fluttering, it can begin to feel as though the air ahead is gently changing. Not in a dramatic way, just a soft sense of nearing something simple. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. The two butterflies can keep moving in their slow rhythm, and at the same time, you might notice a doorway up ahead on the same gentle path. A plain doorway, warm in its presence, not tall or imposing, not demanding your attention. It does not need decorations. It does not need a sign. It is simply a doorway that feels like an easy maybe. A threshold that exists whether you look at it clearly or only sense it faintly. And you do not have to decide anything about it. You do not have to approach it quickly. You can stay right where you are, still resting, still breathing, still letting the mind soften around whatever comes and goes. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. If it feels comfortable, you might sense yourself slowly moving a little closer to the doorway, the way you might drift closer to warmth without even meaning to. And if it does not feel comfortable, you can let the doorway stay at a distance, and nothing is lost. Your body can keep sinking into whatever is supporting you. The bed holding you up without question. The shoulders easing in their own time. The hands resting with no job to do. And thoughts can come and thoughts can go, like they are passing through a room you do not need to tidy. The doorway can remain simple. A warm frame. A quiet opening. And the air around it can feel a little softer, as if the space itself is giving you permission to be exactly as you are. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And if you like, you can pause here at the threshold, not performing, not proving anything, just noticing what it is like to be near a doorway that does not ask you to be ready. It can be enough to consider the idea of crossing, to let the possibility exist, and to know very clearly that staying where you are is also a form of rest. If you do cross, it can be slow, unforced, like a gentle lean into a safer room. And if you do not, you can simply breathe and let the doorway be there, doing nothing at all. Now, in your own way, you might sense a soft warmth on the other side of the doorway. Not bright, not sharp, just warm, like something golden that knows how to move slowly. And it can begin to feel as though this warmth is meant for you without any requirement. As if you do not have to earn it. As if it would still be there, even if you forgot about it for a while. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And as this gets closer to being affirmations, you do not have to become more alert. You can stay exactly as sleepy or as drift prone as you already are. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. If it suits you, you can sense yourself gently passing through the doorway. No fanfare, no sudden shift, just a quiet crossing, like stepping from one calm moment into another calm moment. And as you cross, or even as you only imagine crossing, you might notice that golden warmth beginning inside you. Like honey, like nectar, slow and smooth, never too much. It can start somewhere easy, maybe in the center of the chest as a gentle glow. Or maybe lower in the belly, like a soft warmth that settles and stays. Or maybe you do not locate it at all, and you simply sense a quiet, golden yes, spreading in its own way. This warmth does not rush. It does not flood. It fills the way honey fills, patiently, finding the shape of you without pushing. And while it fills, your breath can continue, gentle and unworked. In, out, and the deeper part of you can keep doing quiet, helpful work, arranging steadiness without asking you to understand how. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And here, very softly, we can begin a few simple phrases, the kind you do not have to hold on to. They can land, or they can float past. Either way, they can still do their work in the background. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. I am allowed to change gently. I am allowed to stay soft while I change. I am allowed to go slowly. I do not have to force confidence. Confidence can arrive quietly. Confidence can settle in little by little. I am worthy of warmth. I am worthy of steadiness. I am worthy of ease. I am safe. I am safe to be seen by myself. I am safe to soften. as those words pass through, that golden warmth can continue to spread with the same slow certainty. Through the ribs, down through the belly, into the hips and thighs, heavy in a comforting way. Not energizing, not stimulating, just settling, like being warmed from the inside by something that has all the time in the world. And if your mind wanders, that is completely fine. The warmth can keep spreading. The steadiness can keep building. Helpful change can keep happening without your supervision. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. I am safe as I soften. I am safe as I let go. I am safe as I rest. I can be held by this moment. I can be steady without effort. I can be steady in small ways. And the doorway can remain behind you, or beside you, or simply part of the sense of space, without needing any attention now. What matters is the feeling tone. A quiet crossing, even if it was only an inner yes. The golden warmth continues, smoothing the places that have been bracing all day. Softening the jaw, easing around the eyes, unclenching the belly without being asked. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And you can rest here, inside this slow, honeyed steadiness, with nothing to do and nothing to get right. And even if the words fade now, the warmth can remain. And even if the picture fades now, the steadiness can remain. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And as that warmth remains, you can let it be very ordinary. Not something you have to notice perfectly. Just a steady comfort somewhere inside you that keeps going even when your attention drifts away. And along with that warmth, you might sense a bedside lamp glow. Not something you need to picture clearly. Just a soft, steady presence. A quiet light that does not ask anything of you. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And now, the words can come in gentle waves. Simple enough to be carried by. If you catch them, they can land. If you miss them, they can still settle somewhere deeper. I am allowed to receive support. I am allowed to receive warmth. I am allowed to receive kindness without earning it. I am allowed to be imperfect and still worthy. I am allowed to be tired and still worthy. I am allowed to be quiet and still worthy. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And as you, the glow can feel like it is simply there with you. As you, your body can soften in its own time. No tracking. No doing. I can go slowly. I can go gently. I can go at the pace that keeps me safe. I can be steady in small ways. I can be steady without pushing. I can be steady without needing to feel brave. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And the warmth in the chest can keep its soft center. The lamp glow can keep its steady presence. And you can let the mind do what minds do. Wander, float, return without effort, if it returns at all. I do not have to force confidence. I do not have to chase confidence. I do not have to prove confidence to deserve rest. Confidence can arrive quietly. Confidence can arrive in the background. Confidence can arrive while I am resting. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And if your thoughts pull away, that is welcome here. If sleep begins to tug at you, that is welcome too. These phrases do not require your attention to be effective. I am worthy of being cared for. I am worthy of being spoken to gently. I am worthy of being on my own side. I can meet myself with kindness. I can meet myself with patience. I can meet myself without judgment tonight. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And the glow can be a simple reminder. lesson, not a demand. Just a steady presence that makes it easier to soften. I am allowed to take up space in my own life. I am allowed to have needs. I am allowed to honor those needs without apology. I am allowed to be learning. I am allowed to be growing quietly. I am allowed to change without pressure. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And as your body settles, you might notice heaviness in a comfortable way. The shoulders dropping without being asked. The hands resting with nothing to hold. The jaw easing a little more. And the bedside lamp glow can feel like it is gently holding the edges of the moment. You do not have to watch it. You do not have to keep it in mind. It can simply be there. I can trust small steps. I can trust small beginnings. I can trust what grows slowly. I can handle ordinary days. I can handle ordinary conversations. I can handle one simple thing at a time. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And if any phrase feels too much, it can float past. If any phrase feels just right, it can settle. Either way, you are not required to hold on. I am allowed to relax my guard. I am allowed to soften the places that brace. I am allowed to rest without staying on alert. I am safe to be calm. I am safe to feel steady. I am safe to let this night be simple. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And somewhere underneath listening, the deeper part of you can keep arranging steadiness. Quietly, automatically, like the glow that stays on without effort. I can let my mind rest. I can let my body rest. I can let the day be done enough for now. I am already enough to deserve rest. I am already enough to deserve gentleness. I am already enough, even as I change. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And the glow can keep being steady while your attention comes and goes. The warmth can keep spreading in small, quiet ways. And the affirmations can keep moving like a calm tide. I can trust myself a little more. I can trust my voice inside. I can trust my quiet yes. I am allowed to feel confident in gentle ways. I am allowed to feel confident without noise. I am allowed to feel confident without strain. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And even if sleep is already close, these words can keep working softly underneath it. nothing to track, nothing to remember. Just a steady glow and a steady becoming, happening gently in the background. And as that steady becoming continues in the background, you can let the bedside lamp glow begin to dim, so gently that it barely feels like a change at all. Not gone, just softer, less to notice. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And you do not have to hold the picture of it. You do not have to keep the glow in mind. It can be more like a simple comfort in the room of you. A quiet steadiness that stays, even when you stop paying attention. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And if sleep is already near, you do not have to resist it. If you are still awake, you do not have to do anything to get there. You can simply be here, breathing the way you breathe. Letting your body soften in the ways it already knows. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And the glow can dim again, just a little. As if it is taking the pressure off the moment. As if it is saying, without words, that nothing is required from you tonight. The shoulders can keep dropping without being asked. The hands can keep resting without holding. The jaw can keep loosening without effort. And thoughts can come and go the way they do. They can float. They can blur. They can mid-sentence, mid-idea. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And now, the lamp glow does not even need to feel like light. It can simply feel like warmth. A barely there warmth. A gentle comfort that spreads without traveling anywhere. You do not have to follow my words. You do not have to remember any of them. If your mind slips away from the sound, that is welcome. If you only catch a few phrases, that is enough. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And underneath everything, the deeper part of you can keep arranging steadiness. Quietly, automatically, in the same way the body keeps breathing when you are not thinking about it. The day can be done enough for now. You can be done enough for now. Nothing to solve. Nothing to manage. Just this soft support holding the edges of the night. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And the glow can dim to almost nothing. Not a loss. Not a change you have to track. Just a gentle easing until it is more like a feeling than an image. A feeling of being accompanied. A feeling of being safe. A feeling of not needing to earn rest. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And if a thought rises up, you can let it pass without answering it. if a memory wanders through, it can wander through. You do not need to follow it. You do not need to fix it. Everything can wait. And the warmth can be so faint now that it feels like your own natural comfort returning. A simple softness in the chest. A quiet ease in the belly. A settling through the whole body in its own time. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And you can sleep whenever sleep comes. You can drift whenever drifting happens. You can let the words become background. Let the comfort remain. Let the helpful change continue quietly, without your help. And as the words become background more and more easily, you can let them simply move through you. Not something to follow. Just something that can rest near you, the way that faint bedside glow can rest near you. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And in that safety, you can hear a few simple truths again and again until they start to feel ordinary. Like something you have always been allowed to know. You are enough. You are enough right now. You do not have to prove it. You are worthy of rest. You are worthy of gentleness. You are worthy even when you are quiet. And if your mind drifts away from these words, that is still perfect. deeper part of you can keep what it needs. The rest can fade. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. A soft, and the body can keep settling without any effort from you. And with each easy exhale, you can feel gravity doing its quiet work. The bed receiving you. The weight of you becoming simpler. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. The forehead can stay smooth. The eyes can stay heavy. The tongue can rest. And the shoulders can remain dropped, as if they have found a place they trust. You do not have to hold yourself up. You do not have to hold everything together. You can be supported. And as you are supported, you are still safe. You are still allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And in that support, confidence can return in a quiet way. Not loud, not forced, just steady. I can meet life with steadiness. I can take one simple step at a time. I can trust myself with ordinary moments. And you do not have to say these to yourself. You can let them be said around you, like a calm atmosphere. And I can stay with you in that calm atmosphere. Not asking anything from you. Just keeping you company as the night carries you. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. Even now, the deeper part of you can be sorting and smoothing. Keeping what helps. Letting go of what does not need to follow you into tomorrow. And that can happen without thinking about it. Without working at it. While you soften, while the breath keeps moving, while the jaw stays loose, while the chest and belly can rise and fall in their own gentle rhythm. I am allowed to change gently. I am allowed to grow without pressure. I am allowed to become more steady in my own time. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And if a thought appears, it can simply appear. If it fades, it can fade. You do not have to finish it. You do not have to fix it. The bed holds you. The room holds you. That faint glow can remain as a feeling without needing your attention. And you can be held and still be you. Still enough. Still worthy. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And here come the same simple truths again. Not because you forgot, only because repetition can be soothing. You are enough. You are already enough. You are enough, even if you did not do everything you hoped to do. You are allowed to be imperfect and still be worthy. You are allowed to be tired and still be good. You are allowed to be quiet and still be strong. And as these words repeat, they can soften with your breathing. In the background, like that glow, present and not demanding. And confidence can be this. Not a performance. Just a calm inner yes. A yes to your own needs. A yes to your own pace. A yes to the steady life you are living, one day at a time. And the body can keep letting go. The arms heavier. The legs heavier. The belly soft. The breath easy. And if listening is too much, you can let it be too much. You can let my voice be just another gentle sound in the room. Something that does not require you. You do not have to listen closely. You do not have to remember. If my voice becomes a blur, that is welcome. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And in the background, that helpful change can be simple. The kind that feels like an easier exhale. The kind that feels like less bracing. I can be steady in small ways. I can be steady in ordinary ways. I can be steady without being hard on myself. I can trust my quiet strengths. I can trust my slow progress. I can trust myself to learn gently. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And if any of these words feel too bright, they can dim. They can soften into the same background comfort as that glow. Nothing to solve. Nothing to manage. Just resting. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. You are worthy of care. You are worthy of patience. You are worthy of a life that feels a little softer. And that softness can start here. In the jaw unclenching. In the hands not gripping. In the chest not holding its. And I can keep reminding you softly that you do not have to earn this kind of care. You can simply receive it. You can let it be true. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. You can let the night do what the night does. You can let sleep come the way it comes. And you can let your deeper mind keep working kindly without you. And the pauses can grow a little longer now if they want to. More space between thoughts. More space between words. You are safe. You are allowed to drift. Helpful change can keep happening in the background while you rest. And now, even the idea of confidence can be simple. It can be a quiet steadiness inside you. It can be knowing you can handle the next ordinary moment when it arrives. You are enough. You are safe to change. You are allowed to rest while it happens.